Medical Intuitive Insights with your host, Dr. Gloria Warren, is a program that presents topics on medical intuition, holistic opportunities outside of mainstream society, and scientific research as applied today. Topics range from online intuitive readings to interviews unveiling alternative healing modalities and discussing them with inspirational leaders. Dr. Warren is the bridge within holistic arts while stressing the balance between the spiritual and physical self. So now, please welcome the host of Medical Intuitive Insights, Dr. Gloria Warren.
What if ancient healers understood the human body in ways modern medicine is only first now rediscovering? What if healing is not just chemical, but electrical? No surprise there, huh? And what if restoring the health is not simply about medication, but about restoring the body's energy flow? Welcome to Medical Intuitive Insights, where science, ancient wisdom, and the human body intersect. I'm your host, Dr. Gloria Warren, with a love for archaeology and anthropology and theology, ancient ones, that is, along with my research degree, a doctorate, and being a medical intuitive. I am your one-stop shop for the past, present, and the future scenarios. So across thousands of years and cultures, from China to India, from Egypt to indigenous traditions, healers believe that the body possesses a vital life force energy. Different civilizations gave it different names. The same energy: chi, prana, ka, life force, spirit energy. But they all believe the same fundamental principle. Health is the result of balanced energy. Today, we explore 10 ancient healing practices and what modern science is beginning to discover about them. First now. Ancient medical systems never separated the mind, the body, and the spirit. To them, the body had two interconnected systems: the physical body and the energetic body. The energetic body was believed to regulate these things, the vitality, the life energy, that is. So an example of vitality is that when someone wakes up feeling refreshed, energetic, and motivated to move through the day, ancient healers would say their life energy is flowing freely. In Chinese medicine, though, this would be described as strong qi. Actually, that's the way I describe it. While in Ayurvedic traditions, it might be described as balanced prana. Teaching? Well, it's basically vitality represents the body's overall energy and strength to function. And that means emotional stability. An example of that is, imagine a person who remains calm during stressful situations and is able to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Ancient traditions believed balance energy helped regulate the emotional harmony between the heart and mind. In many systems, emotional disturbances were believed to reflect energy imbalances in specific organs or energy centers. In short, balanced energy was thought to help maintain emotional resilience and inner calm. Another area is immune function. So, for example, when someone rarely gets sick and recovers quickly from illness, ancient healers believed their protective life energy was strong. I'm sorry, I laughed. My mother, she's in her 90s, and if I get a flu, I get a flu, right? But with her, what happens is she'll wake up one day, I'll put her at the table and everything, and she'll, no, I don't feel good. Okay. Half hour later, oh no, I'm fine again. And it's like, oh my gosh. So here I am going through everything, and she just comes and it's gone. So in Chinese energy, her protective life energy is strong. The energetic body was believed to protect the physical body from disease. Another area is mental clarity. So an example of this is when someone can focus clearly, think creatively, and remember information easily. Ancient healers believe their mind-energy connection was balanced. I wish mine was always like that, but does it happen? I need to practice. So meditation comes in. In many traditions, it was used to clear energetic disturbances that affect the mind. Mental clarity was thought to reflect harmonious energy, flow between the brain and the body. So another area is the spiritual awareness. Many meditation practices describe a sense of deep connection, insight, or inner peace when the body and mind become calm. Ancient systems believe that when energy flows freely through the body, individuals become more aware of their connection to nature, life, and consciousness. So spiritual awareness represents a sense of inner alignment and connection, something larger than oneself. Interesting, isn't it? So ancient healing traditions believed that when life energy flows smoothly, the following qualities appear. Vitality, it's the physical energy and strength. And then we have emotional stability, the calm emotional responses that are very well thought out, may I add. And immune function, the resistance to illness, and mental clarity, clear thinking and focus. This also considers spiritual awareness, the sense of meaning and inner connection. Interestingly, modern science now confirms that the body produces electromagnetic fields. Yep. Does that sound familiar in today's day and age? Well, throughout generations and centuries, the heart alone generates an electrical field detectable several feet away. They knew this. Every nerve signal is electric. Every muscle contraction, electric. Every brain impulse, electric. Now the question becomes, did ancient healers understand the body as an electrical system long before modern instruments have been existing? Let's explore these practices, shall we? Remember, there's 10 I'm going to go through today. I'm going to go through 1 and 2 right now for you. Acupuncture, China, 3,000 plus years ago. I mean, I think it even goes back way further than that. Acupuncture is based on the belief that qi, remember their word is qi, flows through energy channels called meridians. I used to do shiatsu on people, and I would deal with the meridians and releasing that stress in the meridians. It was wonderful for them. They loved it. It was like all of a sudden be like, and the stress was gone. It was fantastic. When qi becomes blocked, illness appears. Acupuncture needles stimulate the points along the meridians to restore this energy flow. Modern research suggests acupuncture influences pain signaling pathways, blood circulation, nervous system activity, and endorphin release. Some studies show it activates regions in the brain related to pain modulation. Oh, very interesting, isn't it? So ancient healing practice number 2. Remember, we're going to go through 10, I promise you. So, Qigong, energy cultivation. One of my favorite things to do in this world is Qigong. It combines slow movement, very slow movement, wonderful, breath regulation, and focused awareness. The goal is to cultivate and circulate life's energy through the body. Clinical research shows Qigong, this practice, can reduce stress hormones, improve balance, enhance immune markers, improve cardiovascular health, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Ancient Chinese masters believed daily energy movement prevented disease. You know what? I believe that too. Always have, always will. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. So, if you're interested in learning how your environment, nutrition, and lifestyle influence your body's health, consider joining my Self-Sustainability Bootcamp 10-part scientific program. We have an introductory overview tonight. It's free. Check my site, Gloria Warren on Facebook, or Medical Intuitive Gloria on Facebook. and it will go over and discuss, clean food, water, environmental health awareness, personal sustainability. It's there. It's free. Come join me tonight. You can also text me 715-892-7500 and just put tonight in there, and I'll know, and I'll text you the link. It'll be easy. So 5 signs of balanced life energy. So now that we know these first 2 life energies and how to use them, we also need to know why we would use them. So when energy is balanced, 5 key qualities were thought to appear. All right. So it was the energy, vitality, emotional sustainability, immune strength, mental clarity, spiritual awareness, these different things like that. And there's more to it than that, of course. So the vitality, it means physical energy and endurance. Everyday example would be waking refreshed and feeling motivated to move and work. And not necessarily having that cup of coffee, but you may want that cup of coffee or a cup of tea or something like that. By the way, self-sustainability, used loose leaf teas, because unless you can find like Yumi or traditional medicinals, you're going to end up with toxins in your tea. So be careful what you use in your tea every day. The ancient perspective of vitality is strong life force supports the body's physical strength. I think it also re-supports the mental strength of the body. Emotional stability is calm emotional responses, remaining steady and composed during stressful situations. It is basically the ancient perspective of balanced energy harmonizes the heart and the mind. The mind comes to play in a lot of this. Immune strength is resistance to illness. Rarely become sick, recover quickly from disease, sicknesses. Ancient perspective of that is protective life energy shields the body from disease. So the next force is immune strength, resistance to illness. Rarely you become sick and recovering quickly. I bet you everybody out there knows somebody like that. So ancient thought is protective life energy shields the body from disease. Next is mental clarity, clear thinking, concentration, ability to focus, remember, and solve problems. Smooth energy flow supports energy, brain, health, and function. And spiritual awareness is the inner connection and meaning. Feeling peaceful, centered, and connected to life. Balanced energy aligns an individual with nature and the spirit. So ancient healers believed illness often appeared when life energy became blocked, weakened, or unbalanced. Their goal is not to treat the disease, but to restore balance within the entire human system, mind, body, and spirit. And people tend to have gotten better from all of this. So that's what they did. So remember, for thousands of years, these healing traditions around the globe recognize that health depends on balance within the body's vital energy systems. Balance. I have a cellular rejuvenation protocol, and that's on the 21st of March. Even though it's scientific, with all this scientific research and different things about science and their scientific studies and NIH and the CDC and all these other places, I still bring in these 10 ancient practices in all of this of which we talk about, because it really does help almost all the time. I've never seen when it doesn't help, but I can't say that because I haven't seen every person in the world. So we'll just stick with that for now. So we are getting close here. We are going to take a commercial break. For more information, visit my website, medicalintuitivegloria.org, medicalintuitivegloria.org, or call me 715-892-7500. Text is best. So when we come back, healing practices from India and ancient Egypt, along with another surprise one for you. We'll be right back.
Mike Zorich, a three-time California state champion in Greco-Roman wrestling at 114 pounds. Mike, blind since birth, was born in Hartford, Connecticut. He was a six-time national placer, including 2 seconds, 2/3, and 2/4. He also won the Veterans Folk-Style Wrestling twice at 152 pounds. In all these tournaments, he was the only blind competitor. Nancy Zorich, a creative spirit whose talents have taken her to the stage and into galleries and exhibitions in several states. Her father, a commercial artist who shared his instruments with his daughter and helped her fine-tune her natural abilities, influenced her decision to follow in his footsteps. Ms. Zorich has enjoyed a fruitful career doing what she loves. Listen Saturday mornings at 12 Eastern for the Nancy and Mike Show for heartwarming stories and interesting talk.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of the Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on the Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Welcome back. We're going to explore more of our ancient energy healing practices, ancient civilizations and their healing knowledge. You know, it's interesting how things become full circle, where the past meets the present and the present overlaps the past. So we've explored Qi from China and talked about a couple others. Let's continue exploring Prana from India. And then we'll move on to Ka from ancient Egypt, along with another practice, which you'll find out when we get there. So, pranayama, breathwork from India. It's pronounced pranayama. Pranayama. Okay. It refers to ancient yogic breathing practices designed to regulate the body's life energy. In yogic medicine, prana is the life energy carried through breath. I use it through deep breathing. It works wonderfully. Pranayama techniques regulate breathing patterns to influence the nervous system. Examples: alternate nostril breathing. Have you ever heard of that? It actually is very popular when it first came out several years ago. It's just in and out, one nostril, you can count. You can do it in many different ways, but you switch and you do the other nostril, real deep breaths. It's that deep breath breathing, but you're only using one nostril at a time. Then there's deep diaphragmatic breathing. And you're using just the diaphragm. Don't use your lungs, just your diaphragm. That really stretches out. It really stretches out the lower lung section. So if you have a cold, a lot of times some of that can settle into those lungs. And a lot of it could either be upper lungs or lower lungs. But if you notice you're getting that pain like up underneath that rib cage area on either side, you know, you may want to do some diaphragmatic breathing to help clear that out. Then there's rhythmic breathing cycles. You can even have music on. You can breathe music to the rhythm. You can breathe. You know, you can create a rhythm. It doesn't need to be specific rhythms. I know a lot of people teach different rhythmic breathing cycles and how to do it. Be creative. I mean, you probably maybe don't have the time. You can just create something on your own, something that works for you. Self-sustainability, remember? And research shows that slow breathing can activate the vagus nerve, lowering blood pressure, anxiety, and inflammation. That's just a part of Ayurvedics, but it's not all of it. So there's much more to that practice, but this is just dealing with that energy movement through breath. Okay. Now we're going to do ancient healing practice number 4, chakra energy balancing. Guess what? Ayurveda. It's their traditional system of medicine from India again. So India is been, just like India and China, they're the oldest ancient healing traditions that I could find. Now I can also see, using remote viewing, I could see different things before then, but it all related and became these type of practices. So in this case, the Ayurveda tradition of medicine from India describes the 7 energy chakras. And I'm sure many people have heard about this before. However, I just thought I'd go through it, make sure everybody is understanding what each of the chakras do, what they're there for. And, it's always good for a review, right? So the heart chakra right here, emotional connection, solar plexus, just below that, personal power, throat chakra, communication. It's very simple, right? So ancient traditions taught that chakra, they're like energy centers that influence both the emotional and physical well-being. When energy flows freely, these centers become emotionally balanced. The person becomes emotional balanced. Mental clarity comes. Physical vitality returns. We use that word vitality again. We all need more energy, right? But spiritual awareness too. When energy is believed to become blocked or imbalanced, traditions suggest it may influence emotional or physical discomfort in the related areas. So you might say, in yogic tradition, the body is believed to contain 7 major energy centers called chakras. Each corresponds to emotional experiences such as security, creativity, intuition, love, and each is traditionally associated with specific physiological systems within the body. So if I want to just clearly just go through the chakras quickly for you, just so you have a good understanding. The root chakra, the Muladhara, I believe it's called. It's at the base of the spine. It's where they find your survival, security, stability, grounding the adrenal glands, legs, feet, and lower spine. So you can imagine keeping the root chakra clear is a good thing. So I do chakra breathing and chakra clearing exercises. I'll get into that in a little bit. So then we have the sacral chakra. That's the lower abdomen. Svatihistana, I believe it was called. It's just below the navel. So that's kind of like a cutoff point. So it's centered energy of not just sexuality and pleasure center, but also creativity and emotional expression. It's also includes your expression and reproductive organs, your kidneys, your bladder. It's debatable if the kidneys are actually in that section of your body, but they're right there next to it, if anything. So the sacral chakra is, as you would know, very important, especially for reproductive health and creativity at all ages, and kidneys and bladder. Now we have the solar plexus. That's the middle chakra, emotional balance. So, the solar plexus chakra, we have one between the heart chakra and the sacral chakra. So it comes right across just below the heart chakra, above the navel. So the solar chakra, it can have different meanings. One meaning that people don't usually discuss is guilt comes up in that area, or stress comes up in that area. And if you're having stomach problems, that's something you really need to talk to somebody about, because there's so many different emotions that are applied to that area. It's not like the heart chakra is emotional balance and love, that type of thing. That's a middle chakra. But the solar plexus, there can be so many different things causing it, not just physical, but emotions can be playing on that. Guilt can be playing on that. Keep it in mind. So as the middle chakra, we talk about the heart, it's emotional balance. Upper chakra is communication and awareness. Throat chakra, that's right here. Third eye chakra, right here. Crown chakra, right here. Chakra imbalances. Well, maybe we should talk about that. Let's first start back at the root chakra. Fear, insecurity, instability, feeling unsafe. It's all at the root chakra. It's associated with lower back discomfort and lower back pain, like the lower lumbar spine, legs, foot issues, fatigue, definitely. And then we have the sacral chakra, remember, lower abdomen below the navel, emotional instability, lack of creativity, guilt. They're putting guilt down there, but I know too that guilt has something to do with the solar plexus as well, and the relationship difficulties. Reproductive issues, definitely a problem. Bladder discomfort, lower abdominal tension. Next we have, if you come up one, you have the solar plexus. That's the one just above the navel. Upper abdomen is what you can describe it as. Low self-esteem will show up there. Lack of confidence, anger, control issues. Oh, that's interesting. It just made me think of somebody I know. Now I know what to work on now. I forgot. Never look at your close people in your life. Sometimes you don't have as much time. It's like the shoemaker not making those shoes for their own kids. Anyways, it can create digestive discomfort, stomach tension, metabolic imbalance. So, and I do believe guilt is also listed there, but not mentioned today. Heart chakra, center of chest, difficulty thrusting forward, emotional withdrawal. That's what they mean by thrusting forward. Emotional withdrawal, grief, resentment, heart tension, circulatory concerns, breathing discomfort, can come up in a lot of different symptoms. So throat chakra right here. Difficulty expressing oneself, fear of speaking, dishonesty. And you can have a common sore throat, thyroid imbalance, neck tension. So I remember I'd have a lot of patients when I worked in Glenview, and I used to take a group out once a month of different people that were having this problem, speaking, using their voice, and they're coming up with all these physical problems due to a blocked throat chakra. So we would do karaoke together all on stage. Wonderful, wonderful scenario. Loved it. Singing, best thing for that. Get it all released, get that flow between your heart chakra, breathing. It can take out the blockage in between from the crown chakra in between. Third eye chakra here between the eyebrows, confusion, lack of focus, poor intuition, mental overwhelmment. You can get headaches, vision strain, sleep disturbances. Oh my God, that's definitely something I need to work on. Crown chakra, top of head, lack of purpose, spiritual disconnection, apathy, fatigue, mental fog, neurological stress, working too hard maybe, or maybe it's something else. That's what I'm here for, and there are other people out there as well. These associations come with traditional yogic philosophy, and you're used in spiritual wellness practices, not as a medical diagnosis. Remember, you have the self-sustainability. You can see a medical practitioner if you like. It is your choice who you see. Nobody should tell you, and you must feel comfortable with the person you choose. So, you might say in yogic philosophy, each chakra is believed to influence both emotional experiences and physical systems in the body. When energy is balanced, individuals may feel stable, creative, confident, loving, expressive, intuitive, and spiritually connected. So the lower chakras for survival, creativity, personal power, middle chakras, love, emotional balance, upper chakras, communication, insight, spiritual awareness. So, we're going to stop and take a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to continue on then with Egyptian temple healing. You won't want to miss this. And then we still have that surprise one, and we're going to move through those quickly because we have a lot to cover still. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
Master of words, powerful player. What life-changing words can Dr. Janet Smith Warfield pull out of her magical toolbox that just might mysteriously open a door you never knew was there? A door to free yourself from fear forever. Transform your rage into right action. Release your guilt. Position you into a life of freedom, purpose, passion, power, and peace. All quite suddenly, unexpectedly, and almost miraculously, with no effort on your part. Join Dr. Janet on Dancing with Words, Dancing with Wisdom, as she and her guests show you how words map our experiences, immersing you in a sound bath that relaxes your muscles, opens your mind, and supports you in co-creating your extraordinary life. Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness, Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals.
Welcome back to Medical Intuitive Insights. I'm your host, Dr. Gloria Warren. We are now going to go to ancient healing practice number 5, Egyptian temple healing. Ancient Egyptian priests practiced healing through vibration, sacred geometry, aromatherapy, and prayer rituals. How do we know this? It was on the inside their temples. Temples often served as healing sanctuaries. Patients would participate in temple sleep rituals, during which dreams were believed to deliver healing insight. So, vibrational healing practices of ancient Egyptian priests. You know, I love this topic here. Sacred chanting and vocal toning. What did we just talk about? Singing to release the voice chakra. Egyptian priests used repetitive chants, hymns, and vocal tones during healing rituals. They actually had pictures of this that they drew inside their temples. It's wonderful. I'm going to have a book that's coming out next month, and I'm going to have those pictures in that book if you're interested. So, purpose, creative, harmonic vibrations in the temple. Calm the mind of the patient. Invoke divine healing forces. The belief was that sound vibrations could restore harmony to the body's life force. Ka. So example practices chanting sacred names of deities, rhythmic vocal tones, harmonic resonance inside stone temples. Some historians believe that architecture of Egyptian temples helped amplify acoustic resonance and enhance the vibrational experience. That's kind of what we do in our opera houses and stage scenarios. It's wonderful. Number 2 is incantations and sacred words. Healing rituals often involve spoken spells or invocations. These are not simply prayers, but were believed to have vibrational power through sound and intention. Egyptians believed that spoken words could influence reality because sound carries creative energy. Priests recited these incantations during illness treatment, protection rituals, temple healing ceremonies. Number 3, sistrum and ritual instruments. Egyptian healing ceremonies sometimes used instruments such as the sistrum, a sacral rattle associated with healing and divine harmony. They actually have a picture of them in a line with these rattles for the rhythm. The rhythmic shaking produced metallic vibrations believed to purify and restore balance. You know, you can use music to get that purified feeling and sensation throughout your room. Sound is important. Their other tools were ritual drums, clappers, even clapping helps, ceremonial bells to create repetitive rhythmic frequencies that could alter consciousness during rituals. Temple sleep healing, dream incubation. Patients spent time nights spending in temples to practice the known incubation or temple sleep. During ritual, priests performed chants, incense was burned, sacred music was played. Wonderful. 5 is sacred geometry, acoustic resonance. Specific architectural proportions produced echoing resonance, similar to what we had. And then they do chanting to create deep vibrational sound fields. Core belief, kind of like a drum circle, that reminds me of. So, core belief of Egyptian vibration healing. Priests believe that illness represented the disruption of harmony. That's why they're using the sound, rhythm, sacred speech, and rituals of the cosmic to restore cosmic balance within the individual. Priests believe that sound vibration could influence the human's body, life force, ka. Through chanting sacred instruments and temple acoustics, they created healing environments designed to restore harmony between both mind, body, and the spirit. Modern psychology recognizes deep relaxation states support neurological recovery. Isn't that interesting? Just what we were thinking about. Let's move on. Practice number 6, sound healing. Sound familiar? Ancient cultures use vibrational sound as a tool too. Tibetan singing bowls. Now, who hasn't heard that in mainstream right now? Chanting, ceremonial drums, harmonic vocal tones, sound wave influence brave wave patterns. There's been a lot of scientific research about that, actually. So the research shows rhythmic sound can shift the brain from alpha to theta states associated with relaxation and healing. Sound healing is absolutely wonderful. Lay on your back, play some music, and just listen to the sound. Follow it with your brain. Very meditative. Wonderful. Ancient healing practice number 7, indigenous energy clearing. Yes, they did it too. Many indigenous cultures actually practice energy cleansing rituals. They include smoke cleansing using sacred plants, drumming, prayer ceremonies, connection with nature. They really added the nature to that. I'm really grateful to them. These rituals were believed to restore balance between individual and the environment. See how they added that nature even there? Modern science confirms exposure to nature can lower cortisol levels, blood pressure, anxiety. It's amazing. Something simple as that. Love it. So healing practice number 8, therapeutic touch. Many ancient healers, and quite a few, use hands on hands near healing tactics. And hands on hands doesn't mean actually having to touch, but it can. Practitioners believe they could influence the body's energy field. Today, similar techniques appear in practices like therapeutic touch, Reiki, biofield therapy. So therapeutic touch, what is it? It's a complementary healing practice developed in the 70s, but it has been done throughout centuries. But yet it was redeveloped, I would have to say, in the 70s, where they move their hands near a person's body with the intention to influence the energy field. Jesus Christ did this himself. So this isn't new, although most people think it is. The goal is to promote relaxation, reduce stress, and support the body's natural healing process. Then there's Reiki. I'm a Reiki master, and for good reason. I've seen what it can do. Reiki in Japanese energy healing practice developed in the early 20th century involves placing hands lightly on or just above the body. There again, when he rose the people from the dead, it was hands-on. Practitioners believe they can channel universal life energy to promote relaxation, emotional balance, and overall well-being. Reiki is commonly used as a complementary wellness practice. You know, one hand gives out the energy, one hand takes it in. So it creates a circle of energy, and you can divert that energy to the crown chakra, bringing in good energy, and divert the bad energy down and through the root chakra into the ground. There's so much you can do. Most people give out energy with your right and receive it with their left. I do it in reverse. So that's very unusual practice with me, but that's what works. So therapeutic touch practices such as Reiki and healing touch are included in this category. These therapeutically typically used to encourage relaxation, stress reduction, and supportive care alongside conventional medicine. At least that's what they allow in hospitals. Okay. Simple teaching idea, therapy, Reiki, Japanese practice, believed channel universal energy, biofield therapy, umbrella term for therapies focused on body's energy field, biofield therapy. So you might say several modern complementary practices are based on the idea that human body has an energetic field. It's like electrical current. Techniques such as therapeutic touch, Reiki, and other biofield therapies are used primarily to promote relaxation and support overall well-being. Research suggests these practices may influence stress response and relaxation mechanisms. There's quite a few universities right now doing hands-on research, clinical research on these practices. It's amazing what the human body can do. And everyone has their gifts that are more than the average. You just need to pinpoint those gifts. I do a journey junction, and I look at journeys. I've been doing this for decades for people, and it's so easy for me to see what people should be doing and what their journey is, because it's as though I'm being told, as well as remote viewing into them and into their soul. It works. You ever have a question, let me know, 715-892-7500. And don't forget, don't remember, where'd that come from? Don't forget, tonight I'm giving that free 1 hour, now it's 2 hour session on self-sustainability. By the way, the topic I'm going to do tonight from my self-sustainability 10-part series, the topic for tonight, which is free of charge, is on soaps, personal hygiene and soaps in your entire environment at home, and what to use and what not to use. And I have so many things that suggestions for everyone. So please come and join me. It's free of charge. If you want the link, text me 715-7500. I'll send you the link. I also on Facebook. You're more than welcome to join me. I'd love to have you. The more the merrier, right? Well, let's go back here for 1 minute. So the biofield therapies focus on the body's whole energy field, but therapeutic touch near the body it's intended to influence this energy field back and forth. So when I talked about the energy, the beautiful energy coming in through the crown chakra and through the body, I wanted to mention to you chakra breathing. So when you take a breath in, you pull in that beautiful light through your crown chakra, voice chakra, through the voice chakra, into your heart, into your solar plexus, have it collimate round, move around, count to like 5 or 10, whatever you feel comfortable with, and then release it slowly, but use a different timing on that. And release it slowly and then blow it out. Blow it out. If it's bad energy, blow it down to the ground. Do not put it out in the environment. It is just a wonderful practice. So what I do is I first start with the crown chakra breathing. Then I go through the crown chakra and out the third eye in this type of breathing. Then I go through the crown chakra and out the voice chakra and in and out like this. See how it's chakra breathing? And I move it down to the heart and so forth and so on. These you could do 5 breaths for each one. Lay down and do this though. Give it the time it deserves. You deserve taking this time to be there with yourself and the environment and your spirit and the universe. And you will clear your chakras this way. You know, people go to a chakra expert and they clear your chakras. They can do it through Reiki for you. It's not going to give you that wonderful satisfaction of knowing you can do it yourself. Self-sustainability. People come to me, I teach them how to do things themselves so that they don't need to keep going back and forth. There's too many people that need help in this world, so I want to teach people how to do it so they can take care of themselves. So chakra breathing is wonderful. When you get all the way down to the root chakra and you're finished, then do the root chakra again and work your way back up. And then I do the St. Michael prayer of light, the bulletproof shield around me, so no darkness can enter. And I say a prayer, and I mean, talk about wonderful rebirth. It's fantastic. Well, we're going to take another commercial break one last time. When you come back, we will explore 3 more ancient healing practices. Don't go away. You're not going to want to miss this. We'll be right back.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of The Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on The Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Master of words, powerful player. What life-changing words can Dr. Janet Smith Warfield pull out of her magical toolbox that just might mysteriously open a door you never knew was there? A door to free yourself from fear forever. Transform your rage into right action. Release your guilt. Position you into a life of freedom, purpose, passion, power, and peace. All quite suddenly, unexpectedly, and almost miraculously, with no effort on your part. Join Dr. Janet on Dancing with Words, Dancing with Wisdom, as she and her guests show you how words map our experiences, immersing you in a sound bath that relaxes your muscles, opens your mind, and supports you in co-creating your extraordinary life.
Welcome back. You're listening to Medical Intuitive Insights. I'm your host, Dr. Gloria Warren. By the way, this evening, let me take you on a journey to self-sustainability, and we'll even discuss its topic tonight is soaps of personal hygiene and environment. Thanks to my friend Janet. She gave me this idea, and I added it to my 10-part series, Self-Sustainability. Tonight's session is free. It's 2 hours. It's questions and answers too. We're going to do sections and questions and answers. Please join me. If you need that link, text me 715-892-7500. Just text tonight. That's good enough. And I'll text you the link. Okay? Okay. I'm just so psyched about it. This is going to be wonderful. We also have another cellular regeneration protocol, a 2-hour workshop on March 21st at 10 a.m. It's a Saturday, by the way, so hopefully you can make it. Let's look at healing practice number 9. This is a big one, meditation. There's meditations all over the globe, and meditation has so many definitions. But let me talk to you a minute about it. Meditation is one of the oldest practices on earth, too, and it's practiced in all ancient cultures in some way, shape, or form. Its purpose, calm the mind, balance emotional states, and restore internal harmony. And research has been a lot of scientific research from universities, especially in the 60s. My goodness. It showed that meditation can actually lower inflammation, reduce pain. By the way, I did a whole session on pain last week. Catch up on that. You'll really appreciate it. It improves cognitive function. Please, more meditation. Regulate stress hormones. I mean, who wouldn't want that, especially in our busy world today? Strengthen emotional resilience. If you're having a hard time in life, this is something good for you. Brain imaging actually shows meditation also alters neural connective patterns. So I'm just going to mention here, what is the difference between prayer, meditation, and communication? Well, prayer is you talk to God. You talk to the universal divine, whatever the name may be. You're talking and you're asking and you're thanking and you're just putting it out there, okay? Meditation, you're not. You're actually sitting and absorbing and listening. You're training your brain to listen. Many people have been taught to pray, but have they been taught to meditate? I'm so glad to hear some schools are actually doing it now. It's just wonderful, wonderful thing, because you not only need prayer, you need meditation of listening to be able to communicate with the higher power. You can actually put both prayer and meditation techniques into communicating with the divine. You know, some people say, oh, with your guardian angels, your deceased loved ones, with whomever, you know, but it is possible. So there is a difference, though. So ancient healing practice number 10, earthing and grounding. Many ancient cultures believe direct contact with earth had sorry, had healing effects. Practices include walking barefoot. I still do this today. I love it. I walk barefoot most of the time. Unless it's synthetic carpets, then I don't. But outside, if I'm walking on the regular cement or the earth, the grass, I like to walk barefoot, as long as I know there isn't a doggy around. Sleeping close to the ground, you know, go camping. Don't get a mattress and all this. Take your backpack and take your sleeping bag, throw it on the ground and lay down and sleep. You need that. There's electromagnetic energy coming up from the earth. And then when you sleep on it, that comes up and it goes through you. It actually helps to ground you. That's where the grounding term comes in. It grounds you, and it actually helps healing process happen faster. Okay, and then other practices, earth healing effects, is ceremonial connection to land. Drum circles are wonderful for this. Dancing around a campfire. When you sit around and you have a bonfire, why not dance? Okay. Some research studies indicate grounding may reduce inflammation, improve sleep, regulates circadian rhythms. So many different things it can do for you. We've gone through 10 different practices, wonderful stuff. When energy flows freely, the body thrives. When energy becomes blocked, disease appears. Today, modern science is exploring these fields of bioelectromagnetics, neuroelectrical signaling, and cellular voltage gradients. Ooh, that sounds mysterious. But they're doing it. We're all discovering that the body is indeed an electrical organism. It all communicates with each other within ourselves and outside of ourselves. So perhaps ancient healers understood something profound. Healing is not only chemical, it's electrical, it's bioelectromagnetics. So we have different terms. If you'd like a list of different terms from this program and their definitions, just text me terms, 715-892-7500. You know, I'm really glad you could be here with me today. And whether you're a friend or new friend or old friend or just wanting to watch, this is just one of those programs. I try to give you as much information to kind of balance your life out, and you can use this information to know what the differences are between, like in this case, the ancient healing practices and how it correlates to medical science today. It's amazing that a lot of the old practices are being reinvented, but in actuality, they've been there for centuries. I think all of it has been there for centuries. We're just rediscovering it. And thank goodness for modern science to be able to do that, or people to actually encourage those type of things and be a part of them. So I'm Dr. Gloria Warren. I encourage you to stay curious about the extraordinary design of the human body. There, for the grace of God, go I. Until next time, stay informed, stay balanced. I'll see you tonight, and take care of your health. Have a good one.
This has been Medical Intuitive Insights with host Dr. Gloria Warren. Tune in each week as Gloria shares over 40 years of experience and yearns to provide knowledge derived from intuition and research. Wednesdays, 2 p.m. Eastern.